Welcome to One Little Spice, the Disney food podcast that isn't afraid to send you into the taste lab.
Welcome to episode 47. Sticky wings, sticky wings. Wherefore art thou sticky wings?
Not at Kona anymore.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Amy.
And this week we are finishing out our month on non-park Disney dining options with Kona Cafe. Dinner. We already talked about breakfast. It was awesome. You can head back and listen to that episode too. But now we are going to talk about all the options that they have at dinner, including the amazing Lapu Lapu. But first, it's time for Amy's Daily Dish. Amy, what's your dish? Eggy.
Let's dish. Item 1. Take me to the river. An updated Rivers of Light We Are One show is premiering in Animal Kingdom this Memorial Day weekend.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
It's being referred to as the next chapter of Rivers of Light and will still feature the beautiful floats and boats and lanterns and special effects, but it will feature a brand new musical score and familiar Disney themes, characters, and animals for this new show update. Now, I loved Rivers of Light.
The floats and boats and elephants, but sure as you're born. That's a short rhyme. Cats and rats and elephants. Anyway.
Okay. Now, I love Rivers of Light as is, and I am wondering about the why behind this change. Did people complain it wasn't Disney enough, or are they just planning on changing the show regularly? Unlike in the past where most shows stuck around for about a decade or more. Because if the plan is for regular changes, I can get behind that, keeping things fresh. Now, Julie is a big fan of Rivers of Light. What are your thoughts?
It appeared in the picture of the preview that it was going to be more like Lion King based.
Yeah.
Because of the release of Lion King this summer.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be why, as like a hype for the Lion King.
Yeah. The article itself that Disney put out about it didn't really indicate any specific Disney characters, but yes, there were Animal Kingdom characters in the image, and it did just indicate general Disney characters and themes. I would also agree that I expect it to be quite Lion King heavy based on the new movie coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if they're going to change it every year or every few years, that's really cool. If they're just changing it this one time, like, I don't know why they changed it. It was pretty awesome.
And the thing with the River of Light show is a lot of it is projection onto what's already existing as far as the light, the animals, the boats. And they have changed it since the initial one that we did, where they don't have people on the boat.
Which is sad.
It's really sad. And it's all just images projected onto the boats. But I feel like it's one of those shows where they can regularly update it to stay consistent without compromising the integrity of the show.
Yes, because like, realistically, they could take the show as it sits, like where the boats move, where the water jets flow and all that, change up the music, but make it match the movement, change up all the visuals, but make them still match up where they're supposed to go and when, and it would be both at the same time the same show from one standpoint, from a boat choreography standpoint, and a completely different show from everything else. So,
whereas with Illuminations, the video wasn't projected onto the globe, it was video screens on the globe.
Yeah. And it was also a lot older technology, so they couldn't change it quite nearly as easily.
Exactly. And I feel like they could have put new video there, but it wouldn't be the same.
The last day, while we're talking about nighttime shows, the last day for Illuminations is September 30th. And the new show is supposed to be October 1st. So we will get to see the new show.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm kind of excited about this.
Yeah, I am.
Reading about the new show and what's going into it and what they're doing with it sounds pretty exciting. But also sad because Illuminations was my favorite before Rivers of Light.
It's quite fun. Item 1.2, because it's also in Animal Kingdom. Otter cuddle time and Amy is bothered. The Otter Grotto in Animal Kingdom.
I was like, why are you bothered by cute, cuddly otters? And now I remember.
Yes. Amusingly, it's sponsored by OtterBox, I found out. The Otter Grotto. Just reopened after a lengthy refurbishment, and you can once again go and gawk at the adorable otters and their adorable cuteness. I don't know if they've taught them how to cuddle on command yet, but they should get on that. Now,
they pretty much cuddle with themselves on command.
Yeah.
I saw them at
They
the
hold
Cleveland Zoo. They're adorable.
Now, the name being just Otter Grotto bothers me because it looks like it wants to rhyme, but it does not rhyme, and
like
it's never
an
gonna
Otto
rhyme.
Grotto or an Otter Grotter.
Yeah, like if they put the Otter Grotto, I think I could handle it a little more, but the sign is literally just says like sponsored or supported by OtterBox on the top, and then Otter Grotto, not the Otter Grotto. Disney, can you give me a the? It'll just make everything go so much better.
And Amy sent this to me, and I immediately, before she even said anything, felt the pain of the non-rhyming Otter Grotto.
Yes, I just
So
sent
when
it
Amy
to her.
commented, I was like, I know.
Yep,
Yep,
she
I know.
does. Item 2, fun food for the fair. Okay, there is no fair, but I was enjoying the alliteration. For the 30th anniversary of MGM Hollywood Studios,
What year?
30th anniversary of MGM Hollywood Studios, they are bringing out some new celebratory food items as well as old favorites Disney is referring to as legacy items.
I was like, legend? Wait for it.
Yes.
Dairy.
Legacy items based on how long they have stood the test of time. Now, I sent Julie the link. So they have some really fun items for the 30th anniversary of MGM Disney Hollywood Studios.
Do you know what I'm most excited about?
The lightsaber churros.
Yep. Do you know what I'm also really sad about?
That the Mickey
The
hat
lightsaber churros.
Oh, okay, the lightsaber. I'm like, I'm not sure.
Because I went to Disneyland, and those churros are the most amazing churros I've ever had in my entire life, and nothing that Disney World could do will ever stand up. It does make me want to order a churro from Disney World and see.
If they have lightsaber churros when we get there,
We're getting them.
we're getting them.
Oh, we're getting them, and we are having a lightsaber churro fight, and someone is video recording it for us.
Yes.
That's happening.
Yes. We'll add sound effects thereafter. Or we'll just go shoo. I made really bad lightsaber noises.
Yeah,
just
that
then.
schwow is not a lightsaber
Yes,
noise.
it is. Shoo.
Just like all the guns go pew 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 pew.
So we'll start with they're having lightsaber churros. Churros are dusted in red or blue sugar, so one or the other, and they sit
Light side or dark side.
Yes, they sit in a cardboard holder that looks like a lightsaber handle, and it says it will be available basically throughout the park.
At the Anaheim Produce and Market at Pixar Place.
Pretzel Palooza and various churro carts throughout the park. In this realm of Star Wars.
Sorry, I only read the ones that were hyperlinked.
Yes.
My bad.
Also in Star Wars theme, the Kylo Ren cupcake, a peanut butter and chocolate cupcake.
So, Kylo Ren, not my favorite Star Wars character ever, but the fact that this is a peanut butter and chocolate cupcake, I might have to eat it.
You know, who knows? Maybe Darth Lovely Locks makes a good cupcake.
Take that ridiculous thing off.
But yeah, so the cupcake has...
Fun fact, met Kylo Ren, stood up to him, got face to face with him, and said, take that ridiculous thing off. And he paused for a second because he didn't know how to respond, and he just said, no.
That's sort of my favorite with Kylo Ren or with Darth Vader, is they super have to stay in character, so sometimes it takes them a second to be like, wait, hold on. Because, you know, the audio is recorded and they have to figure out...
His audio didn't seem to be recorded.
That's a good point, yeah. It might just be like a changer and he's able to do the voice pop well enough. So, peanut butter and chocolate cupcake. The cupcake is topped presumably with chocolate or peanut butter frosting.
It looks like a Kylo... Yes.
It's been rolled in sugar rocks, so they look like little rocks, and they're kind of either grayish or silverish.
Yeah, they basically look like almost powdered sugar coated chocolate pieces that are broken up and then like
it's the
stuck to the cupcake.
one of the various ways that they make candy rocks.
Yep.
There's some what looks like chocolate dust or crumbled cake also kind of pushed into those rocks. And then what I presume based on my knowledge of Disney cupcakes is there is a chocolate lollipop of Kylo Ren's helmet that is then wrapped with
Chocolate fondant.
a chocolate fondant to kind of be his hood situation.
That's what it appears to
Looks tasty.
Good description.
Playful Luxo ball, mango mousse, banana sponge cake, caramel chocolate, and rice croquant.
So, this is super cute.
It is. It's the Pixar ball in dessert form.
And so it's
Found it-
basic. All right, so it's the primary colors. The Luxo ball doesn't seem like it's going to be that exciting of a pastry. And then it's like mango mousse, banana sponge cake, caramel chocolate. And I was like, okay, I can get on board with this.
You know how much I love mango mousse.
Do you know how much I love banana sponge cake?
Do you?
I do. I love
Excellent.
banana.
That is available. That is available at the Trolley Car Cafe and
sorry,
Baseline Tap House for some
wait.
reason.
Oh, banana. Donkey Kong. Anyway. And then say your thing.
Incredible.
Nope. Say it's available at.
Found at the Trolley Car Cafe and Baseline Tap House.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate that either. Next up is the Incredibles macarons, which are black and red almond macarons with mango passion ganache. Oh my goodness. So macarons are almond based to begin with anyways. So it's good that they put almond in there because people have food allergies. But no, for the future, macarons are all made with almond flour unless specified otherwise. And I'm not sure if they even do that. The mango passion ganache is really exciting, though. Visually looking at this, so one half of the macaron is red, and the other half of the macaron is black. I generally don't go for things that, like, heavily dyed, but mango passion ganache. I like both of those things, and I like ganache, and I like macarons, so clearly this is where I'm at.
My concern is that the black and red food coloring will taste too food coloring-y.
That's what I'm saying. I don't normally go for something that's strongly colored, especially black and red.
But it also has mango passion ganache, so that can't be awful, right?
Correct.
And it's at the Baseline Tap, so they wouldn't
Yes.
serve something bad there.
Yes. Now, next up is a really exciting dessert, the Sorcerer's Hat. It is a lemon sponge cake with a vanilla swirl buttercream, lemon curd, and white chocolate glaze.
This one,
It is a blue white chocolate glaze.
this one just
Visually
makes
is
me
stunning.
really appreciate Disney chefs.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Because this needs to be mass produced, and I'm sure all of them are this beautiful. I mean, you might get the ears tacked on a little wonky and the stars and the moon put on a little funky, but overall, this is a beautiful.
So the ones in the
Dessert.
photos are always perfect as they're going to be. In real life, obviously, they're not quite as perfect, but they're really well done. Like, I'm expecting to see pictures of this, and maybe the stars and the moon are a little wonky, and the ears aren't quite perfect, or the ears are shoved in a little too far, but it's still overall going to look pretty much like this, like the photo, I should say. And
I was like what? What are you showing us, Amy?
like the photo. And they kind of they keep it pretty well. Like, you can't expect the number that they make that they're going to be all identical, or should I say, you can't expect the number that they make in the heat that it is made at, and the fact that it is made, miles away. It's on Disney property, but it's not made at Hollywood Studios, I should say. That it's going to not look quite identical to the beauty shot that they put out, but they always look pretty much like what they're supposed to look like. That is found at the ABC commissary and Fantasmic food carts, which makes sense. Mickey Mouse's Celebration Cake is chocolate sponge cake with chocolate cream, vanilla marshmallow, and passion fruit crispy pearls. They have passion fruit crispy pearls now, Julie. Passion fruit crispy pearls.
I just want to eat all those to my face.
Yeah. They also
and they're
have
the cute little adorable
I
current
know.
Mickey cartoons.
They also have the Minnie Mouse They also have the Minnie Mouse Celebration Cake, which is yellow cake with strawberry cream, strawberry marshmallows, and strawberry crispy pearls. Strawberry crispy pearls are cool too, but not as exciting as passion fruit crispy pearls.
I'm excited about this next one.
It has before we get to the next one, it has, at least in the photo, a little, what looks like a candy
Candle?
candle. Yeah, a candy candle. I imagine
It basically
it would be
looks like a
edible.
white chocolate candle with some sort of flame wick that might be like hard sugar.
It might be a
flame.
What it might be, looking at it, because the little spot between the candle and the flame, is it could be a pretzel rod that was like embedded into dipped or embedded or something like that into like a mold with the white chocolate. We will find out. If you find out before us, please let us know. That is found, both of them, at the Backlot Express. Next,
I'm so excited. Okay, so first off, before Amy describes this one at all,
you can have this one because you're very excited about it. You go through that.
So before I explain this at all, I'm excited for the flavors of this. I'm excited for the presentation of this. So this one is a key lime pie verrine, which is layers of key lime custard and graham cracker finished with whipped cream and white chocolate 30th anniversary logo. So let's talk about this. Who doesn't like key lime pie?
I love key lime pie.
I made key lime macarons. Amy's eating it right now.
Love.
Who doesn't like key lime?
I love key lime.
Okay, so here's the dealio. Key lime versus lemon. Here's my take. Lemon is really sour. And if lemon curd is made incorrectly, too sour. It's really impossible to ruin key lime.
Unless you put dye in it. Don't put dye in your key lime.
And even if you put dye in it,
It's not
flavor-wise, it's really hard to ruin lime. So it's very hard to have a not delicious tasting lime anything. So here's the lime and lemon. They're both citrus fruits, but a lime has more of a bitter citrusy taste, whereas lemon is purely sour. Think of like drinking citric acid. That's lemon if you flavor something too lemon. Lime, it's just magical. And this key lime pie verrine just looks phenomenal. And they put this adorable white chocolate 30-year anniversary Hollywood Studios logo in it that is really fun because you get that like vintage Hollywood studio look with Mickey and Minnie.
They're holding hands.
And it's amazing. And you can get that at Rosie's All-American Cafe and the Backlot Express. Next, actually, there's a few.
There's a lot of verrines.
Have this really beautiful white chocolate garnish on it that has that logo. But I'm going to let Amy talk about the rest of them.
So a verrine, I looked up while Julie was talking about the first item, is basically a fancy specific word for a cute little parfaits in little glasses like this, like layered dessert. So that's what a verrine is. The next one up is the lemon blueberry cheesecake verrine. Lemon cheesecake topped with blueberries, white chocolate crispy pearls, and a white chocolate 30th anniversary logo.
This also looks delicious. But
It
again,
does.
key lime is my jam. Although this next one
is also her jam, I feel like she's going to say.
Actually, okay.
Go for it. Go for it.
So I got really excited because this was topped with strawberries, but this is the Tres Leches verrine, which is a Tres Leches cake, and we all know from listening to the Bongos episode that Julie loves some Tres Leches cakes. And it's served with whipped cream and fresh strawberries, strawberry candy rocks, and a white chocolate 30th anniversary logo. That can be found at Fairfax Fair. And this next one that I thought was the strawberry one, but it's raspberry, so I'm not as excited about it, but I'm sure it's super delicious,
I'm really excited.
is the raspberry mousse verrine, which is raspberry mousse topped with fresh raspberries and a white chocolate 30th anniversary logo, found at the ABC commissary. This one I'm confused about. So I'm wondering if this one's going to be available when Star Wars Land is open, or if it's going to be available now, because it's called the Galaxy Margarita.
Yes.
And my thought is that it's going to be at, like, Oga's Milk Bar, but
So,
it's probably available now.
looking at it, wouldn't you agree with me that it kind of looks like the pictures of the drinks that have a glow cube in them? It seems to be glowing from inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for the past few years, off and on, they have had red and blue margaritas with glow cubes. Originally, they had Star Wars themed glow cubes in them. They do not have those anymore. So my guess is it is the blue margarita that they've had off and on for the past few years. Galaxy Margarita, and it is found at various walk-up bars throughout the park. It is, silver tequila, blue curacao, sweet and sour mix, so basic colored margarita. Celebration Fizz. Don't have a photo of that, so I can't describe it in great detail, but it is vanilla vodka, cranberry juice, and Prosecco. So my
it's
guess is
probably
the
like
red.
pink or red.
It's the pink or red version, of the other one that keeps popping up. It will be found at the Tune In Lounge, which, if you're not sure what that is the lounge
Bar that is next to
the lounge
Primetime
bar
Cafe.
that is next to the Primetime Cafe we talked about a few weeks ago, and the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge, which I don't think we've talked about we haven't done an episode on it. No, we haven't done an episode on it, but we will at some point, and it's amazing, and everyone should go there. Or don't go there and leave room for us. And the Banana Split Cocktail. Vanilla vodka, creme de cacao, creme de banana. I'm saying...
Because that's exactly how I would say that too.
Mm-hmm.
But when you pronounce like creme de cacao,
Yeah.
you just want to pronounce creme de banana the
Yes,
same way, but
banana.
it's literally just creme de banana.
Yes. Strawberry monin and pineapple juice, also found at various walk-up bars throughout the park. Now, the legacy offerings. These dishes have withstood the test of time and have been with the parks. I believe all of them are actually dating Bark. They're all dating Bark. Bark's such a great guy. He goes woof woof. Dating back to when the parks opened, so opening day in 1989. Their original dishes and super iconic throughout the park. The first one, which in my opinion is one of the more iconic dishes at Hollywood Studios, MGM, is the Hollywood Brown Derby's famous Cobb salad.
And this is coming up on one of our Taste Lab episodes. We show you how to make this, and I gotta say,
it's amazing.
It came out just as fabulous as this chopped Cobb salad tastes at the Brown Derby.
If you remember our Brown Derby episode, it is the salad that ruined Cobb salads for me forever. So I'm really pleased to see it topping the list of the legacy dishes because Disney World aside, this Cobb salad is famous from the original Brown Derby.
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood, like actual Hollywood, California. So it is technically a world-famous Cobb salad.
As is the dessert.
Yes, the Brown Derby grapefruit cake. Here it is indicating it is available as part of a customizable mini dessert trio, which is true in the Brown Derby. I know at least at the lounge you can, and I believe at the Brown Derby as well, you have to request
order a slice of it.
but you can get an actual full slice of it. You can also get a Brown Derby grapefruit cake martini, but that's another podcast.
And that was one of those things where we tried it and we were both expecting it to be way too sweet, and it was amazing.
So listen for that for whenever we do a podcast on the Brown Derby Lounge. Next up, the legacy items at the 50s Primetime Cafe. Aunt Liz's Golden Fried Chicken. Crispy bone-in fried chicken served with roasted garlic, mashed potatoes, chicken gravy, and seasonal vegetables. You may remember this from the episode we did a few weeks ago. 50s Primetime Cafe Legacy... 50s Primetime Cafe. I'm just reading to make sure I said 50s Primetime Cafe properly, so I'm reading 50s Primetime Cafe Legacy Dishes. I'm okay. I'm not okay.
You didn't say any of those things, right? It's okay.
No. Cousin Megan's traditional meatloaf, blend of beef and pork topped with tomato glaze and served with roasted garlic, mashed potatoes, and green peas.
And this is a legacy dish because it's the most amazing thing in the entire world, the peanut butter and jelly milkshake. OMG.
Yes.
I was actually having a conversation with someone on Facebook today, and they were like, Sci-Fi Diner or Primetime Cafe. And I was like, well, the food offering is probably better at Primetime, but the experience is better at Sci-Fi. And they were like, yeah, but those milkshakes at Sci-Fi. And I was like, no. That milkshake at Primetime, because the milkshakes at Sci-Fi used to be amazing to me, and nothing. It's like the milkshake that ruined milkshakes for Julie forever, because that peanut butter and jelly milkshake.
I read fairly recently, within the past 6 months or so on the internet, that people who regularly get milkshakes at Sci-Fi are noticing that they just aren't as good as they used to be, whether they're not made as freshly or they changed the ingredients. I don't know, but that's what they're saying.
I feel like they're too thick. When they
Yeah.
gave me a sample of the pumpkin
Spice,
pumpkin
pie
pie
or pumpkin.
one, it was delicious. The flavor was amazing, but it took
It
us
was
our whole
super-
meal for me to be like,
And this
I think I
was-
gave myself a hernia trying to drink down that.
And our waitress was super sweet because she actually brought us over basically like a kitty-sized cup of the milkshake for us to
It
try.
wasn't just like a teeny tiny little sample. Like, it was a decent size. Like, that's about how much milkshake on a normal occasion I can drink. I probably could have had 26 of those peanut butter and jelly milkshakes,
they
and that
were
came in a
amazing.
pretty large
Yes.
milkshake container.
It did. That is it for the both legacy and new offerings for the 30th anniversary of MGM Hollywood Studios. Hopefully, they will be available through the end of the year. I don't know this. You don't know this. We don't know this. Either way, if you try any or all of these, please let us know what you think in excruciating detail.
Their milkshakes don't bring the boys to the yard. His
Always-
50s is like, mine's better than yours. Also, I was literally just about to wrap up this podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to Amy's Daily Dish, your weekly podcast.
About Amy's news.
Yes.
So now that Amy's Daily Dish is concluded,
And Ben dished out.
we are going to talk about the dinner at Kona Cafe. This rounds out our non-park Disney dining meals for the month. And this is what Disney says about Kona Cafe. This relaxing cafe infuses a bit of Asian zest into traditional American meals and features an on-stage sushi kitchen. Savor American favorites for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, prepared with hints of the South Seas. Open to the tropical ambiance of the great ceremonial house, this casual cafe serves such breakfast delights as cinnamon and banana stuffed tonga toast, a variety of savory egg dishes, and macadamia nut pancakes. For dinner, feast on a divine selection of of delicacies that include fresh fruit, sushi, or make your own surf and turf. All served amid the relaxed atmosphere of this Polynesian restaurant. Alright, so the atmosphere. It's interesting because it's very open to all of the Polynesian resort. Ohana, you'll see, kind of is a little bit more blocked off, so it feels more restaurant-y. Kona is barricaded off by half walls where some seats are, but it's pretty open to the entire Polynesian resort. The breakfast that we had was really awesome because we got to sit by one of the big windows, and for dinner we sat in one of the giant booths towards the wall, which was awesome. And then in the middle of our meal, we actually got up, and where they have the live sushi preparation, they were actually creating desserts, which was really awesome because Amy and I are pastry chefs. So that was really cool for us to experience. Now it appears that the desserts come in cups,
Large shot glasses.
but they are large shot glasses. Full of, so you know, like the mini desserts that you get, like the mini dessert shooters that you get at a lot of the restaurants up here. That's what they're doing. So they're not presented as beautifully as they were before, but Amy says they're still really delicious.
They're really delicious. So I hope they go back to this. So we're still going to talk about it, obviously. As Julie said, they have the beautiful on-stage kitchen and they're preparing the desserts. They used to have the desserts one on each little wooden stand with a glass dome on it, so no one runs up and tries to take it. And they were all beautifully artistically put together and presented. Now they're in the large shot glasses. They are sort of a modest but decent sized dessert, if that makes any sense. So it's not like the little tiny shots of dessert that they
Like
used
they
to
have at P.F. Chang.
Yeah, exactly. And they are, for desserts in giant shot glasses, very artistically presented and put together.
We'll
but-
share pictures with you.
Yeah, we'll share pictures, but they're not what they used to be. That's going to be a trend.
Basically, what we're going
to
do, yes. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the before and after, in a sense, of the dessert that we had when we were there, and its version of a cup dessert, which is basically like parfaits. And I understand it makes them easier to create, but it kind of takes some of the creativity away.
So I would, we'll talk about it when we get there. But anyways, back to the atmosphere.
That was the atmosphere. Amy had nothing to say about the atmosphere.
I really, really, really absolutely love the line of fans they have in the middle of the restaurant. They have it in a couple other restaurants I've noticed, but it's most predominantly noticeable in Kona, and I love it. And they look like, they're just amazing. I want a fan like that. I
believe the other restaurant that we saw them in was Jock Lindsay's.
Yes.
So it's basically, they almost look like leaves. And it's basically a channel of fans that streams across the restaurant, and they all fan at the same time. For the menu, we start with sushi rolls.
That hasn't changed.
They have a spicy tuna roll, which is ahi tuna, spicy mayonnaise, and cucumber. They have a California roll, which has real crab meat, Amy, jumbo lump crab, citrus mayonnaise, cucumber, and avocado. Now,
I don't like fake crab.
Yes, Amy's issue with California roll, and I believe you heard this on our California Girl brunch episode, is that she does not like fake crab. California Girl also has real crab.
Absolutely.
But that is where it first came up, and I was like, Amy, you have to try this. It's real crab. And then they have a shrimp tempura sushi roll, which is shrimp, tempura, and avocado. It's very interesting that it says shrimp, comma, tempura, comma, avocado, even though it's like tempura, shrimp, and avocado.
It's possible, and I don't know why they do this, but it's possible they have shrimp and then crunched up tempuras, but I don't know why they would do that.
No, that's
I've seen it done before, but
so that's like a spicy tuna roll that has like the crunchies in it. None of that's tempura. It's just like panko crumbs.
Yes.
Hamachi tuna roll is hamachi tuna, avocado, jalapeno, cilantro, tobiko, and ponzu, and anything with cilantro in it is going to be good. And then the dragon roll has smoked eel, poached shrimp, avocado, and eel sauce. Now, I feel like if the shrimp tempura had shrimp and tempura, it would be poached shrimp, comma, tempura.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
So, a note about sushi in Disney. So, periodically on the internet, because people like to go on the internet and complain, people will complain about the sushi at Kona. It is not of the same caliber as California Grill.
But surprisingly, people comment about how amazing the sushi is at Splitsville.
Yeah. So, pretty much assume the sushi you order at any given restaurant is going to be appropriate for the level, like the type of restaurant it is. So, the sushi at Kona is decent sushi at a decent sit-down restaurant that's not the most expensive place ever. It's normal place. But they're not a sushi restaurant. So it'll be pretty good, but not the same type of sushi you're going to get at a sushi bar. California Grill, while it is not a sushi bar, is a very high-end fine dining experience. And that is where you may find sushi bar, like fine sushi bar level sushi outside of a sushi bar.
And I actually sent Amy a picture yesterday of the sushi that we had at California Grill when we did dinner, and I was like, I'm just going to leave this here because I need you to feel all the feels that I'm feeling right this moment.
And I felt all the feels.
So, Kona Cafe, good sushi. Not Morimoto Asia caliber sushi, but still good. And so those are the basic rolls. So I would say if you're going to Kona, I would order one of the specialty rolls, which we're going to talk about next, because while it may not be the same caliber fish-wise, these are
as California Grill.
Exactly. These are really fun flavored sushi rolls.
Yeah, so again, we don't talk about price very often because prices can fluctuate and change. I personally wouldn't want to spend the money on the basic sushi rolls, but for a specialty sushi roll, if one struck my fancy, I wouldn't mind as much spending that amount. For it.
And these specialty rolls seem like things that you can't really get around our area.
Mm-hmm.
So I will talk about the ones that I personally would be excited to try, and I'm sure Amy will talk about hers as well. So the hamachi spiral is the kanpachi, salmon, and hamachi, topped with barbecue eel, cilantro, eel sauce, and tempura crunch. There's that tempura crunch we were talking about. The surf and turf, which is Kona coffee spiced filet, cucumber, chili spiced lobster, avocado, yuzu aioli, and sriracha. This is one of the ones that I would spend the extra money on to try.
Absolutely.
The rainbow roll, which is tuna, salmon, kanpachi, lump crab, cucumber, and avocado.
It's probably amazing fish, but you can generally find rainbow rolls all over.
But normally when you get a rainbow roll or like the crazy roll, it's kind of like the leftover fish from another roll.
Yeah.
This one doesn't sound like it's the leftover.
No.
The pali lali roll, which is fried soft shell crab, shrimp tempura, crawfish tails, grilled asparagus, chives, spicy mayo, and tobacco. Another one that I would definitely spend the money on to try.
So I'm honestly super curious what this one looks like.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going on there.
Yep.
So you've got the soft shell crab, and a lot of times a spider maki, for example, is soft shell crab, and they have all the legs sticking out.
Yeah, and then the shrimp tempura has the shrimp tail sticking out.
Then we've got crawfish tails, which are like
well, no, crawfish tails are teeny tiny.
Well, yeah,
so they
but
wouldn't be like sticking out.
Well, depending on if they shell them completely.
Oh, they would shell I feel like that they would shell completely. Yeah. There's no way.
Grilled asparagus is pointy. You don't know, maybe that's sticking out. It just potentially it's a very
pointy.
Very pointy roll.
Shrimp and shrimp fire cracker roll is tempura shrimp, crab, avocado, spicy tuna, cucumber, and chili sauce. That sounds good. I probably wouldn't spend the money on that one.
Yeah, no, it's not my go-to on that.
It's not your cup of sushi.
Not at
like cup of tea. Anyway, and the spicy Alaskan king crab is wrapped with tuna and salmon and served with a crawfish gratin.
I want to know what a crawfish gratin is. Like, I'm assuming it's like a gratin, so cheese related, but I just want to know exactly what it is. Or at least what they do with it. So, another secondary side note about sushi. So, Kona, again, where it is not a sushi bar, it does have a separate area where they prepare the sushi, so almost a sushi bar. During the breakfast time, they have muffins and all that there, but at dinner and I believe lunch, it's a little sushi bar. So it is a separate section for all the sushi to be prepared outside of the hot kitchen.
Yes. Then next they have samplers, which is a sushi sampler. They have the Kona sampler, which is a small size. They have tuna poke, nigiri, sashimi, and California roll. They also have the Kona sampler large, which just comes with more of those same items.
From a pricing standpoint, I would say both of those are good, are decent price points. They're both under $30,
and that's a lot of.
And there is a decent amount of sushi, amount of fish. You got the tuna poke, which is raw tuna. We'll get into that in a minute because there's a whole section on that, and then several different pieces of sushi, like different styles of sushi, not just different fishes. So it's a nice sampler if you're in the mood for some sushi.
Yes, and then there is the nigiri sampler, which is chef's choice of 5 pieces of seafood. And then the sashimi sampler, which is chef's choice of 8 pieces of seafood. Next, they have poke, which is the tuna poke with passion fruit bobo, micro chives, wasabi chips, and citrus yuzu. Now, basically, what a poke is it is rice with a raw fish, in this case, tuna, and then this one has passion fruit bobo, micro chives, wasabi chips, and citrus yuzu drizzled all over it. Boom, magical deliciousness.
Yes. I believe passion fruit bobo are probably what has previously been described by Disney
They're
as
like fruit popping pearls.
Yes, popping pearls.
And that sounds just amazing. Yes. And then the rainbow poke is tuna salmon, kanpachi, hamachi, Fresno chili peppers, lotus root, spicy ponzu, and citrus. And now the lotus root is the pieces that are sliced that
and fried in chips, probably.
Well, no, the lotus root is what we had on our Skipper's Canteen.
Yes.
noodles that are these white circles that look like they have very strategically placed holes in them. And it's just really pretty, more for presentation than anything. They're also super delicious, but
sometimes they're thin and fried crispy. Other times they're
raw or
pickled or, you know, some other preparation.
Either way, lotus root is delicious.
It is. Now, before we get into appetizers, because that is the majority of the
food that we ate,
shortly before January or early January, they completely changed the menu at Kona. While the new menu is not terrible, there are certain things missing. One of those things is, and they sort of replaced it with something similar, and we'll get to that, but one of those things were the sticky wings. They were just chicken wings, and they were coated in this beautiful sticky sauce, and there was like the perfect amount of sauce to wing ratio. Like, it wasn't too much sauce.
And like you would think it was too much sauce, but it was absolutely the perfect amount of sauce.
And they took those away. I am surprised there hasn't been a riot. I wanted to riot.
I got super angry text messages.
Oh yes, such angry text messages. They replaced it with fire roasted pork wings. So yeah, obviously I had to order these. They like lollipopped the little pieces of pork, so they had little whatnot. It, you know, honey bacon served with pickled rainbow carrots. The pickled rainbow carrots, honestly, I think is a fun little like touch for it.
Do you have a picture of?
I did.
Okay, good.
And it's topped with some honey bacon. Now, there was a huge problem with these. And I expressed this huge problem to the
waitress. Because they don't come in a giant stack of magicalness like the sticky wings did?
So the sticky wings came in a stack of probably like
sticky gooey deliciousness.
Yeah, sticky gooey deliciousness, probably 6 to 9 wings, 6 wings. This you get 3 pork wings. They do in fact use the same sauce. And the travesty of this all is that at least on January 26th of 2019, they were not using enough sauce. When we sat down, I was chatting with the waitress, and I was like, oh, I was saying, you just changed the menu, you got rid of the sticky wings, and she was, agreeing with me that everyone loved the sticky wings. So we kind of, throughout the evening, were going back and forth about, the items we ordered and what I thought about them. And I told her straight, I was like, so these are not bad. These are actually really good. There needs to be a lot more sticky sauce. I cannot, this is what I told her, I said, I cannot stress enough that they need to be putting more sticky sauce on it.
And the thing is, I imagine they put the same amount of sauce that they put on the wings. The difference is, wait for it. Mm-hmm. The difference is with the wings, there's a lot more surface area that is the skin and the coating, whereas with the pork wings, the way they did them, it looks like they were a lot thicker.
Yeah.
So the sauce to meat ratio wasn't as consistent as it was with the wings. So they may have been putting the same amount of wings that they put for, say they have 6 wings here and they used half a cup, and so they had 3 wings and they used a quarter of a cup. It was coating the same, but wasn't thick enough to be the same ratio that it was on the sticky wings.
I agree with the concept, but they just weren't actually using enough sauce. The reason I say that is because when Phil and I went here in late October, we got the sticky wings because these sticky wings are amazing, and I knew he'd love them, and he did absolutely love the sticky wings. When you were done, I should say, because they don't have sticky wings anymore, with a plate of sticky wings, there's still a lot of that sauce that, because they put so much sauce on it. There's a lot of that sauce on the plate. There's a decent amount of sauce on the plate. There was really little to no sauce dripping off of the pork wings when we got the pork wings. So my recommendation for should you go to Kona and order the fire roasted pork wings, which you probably should because they're delicious, ask for more sauce.
Ask them to be double tossed.
Maybe even ask for some on the side. That way you just know that there's more sauce.
Another item that was taken off the appetizer menu is the other thing that we got. So we're going to talk about it. So there was, so on the appetizers that they currently have, they have seafood coconut curry soup with shrimp, scallops, and crab, which sounds delicious, but Amy can't enjoy it. They have fire-roasted pork wings,
which is what we just talked about.
Honey bacon, pickled rainbow carrots. Crispy pork vegetable pot stickers, also different than the way we had them, with soy vinaigrette dressing. coconut mussels with curry ginger steamed. Steamed curry ginger? No, the mussels were steamed with curry ginger sauce.
Yes.
And pickled farmer salad. So when we went, we got crab cakes.
We got basically a meal of appetizers
Yes,
for the
we did.
most part.
Yep. And none of the appetizers on the menu anywhere. None of them.
Which
Literally
is very
none
sad
of them.
because they were all
all amazing. So these crab cakes were phenomenal. The remoulade sauce that came with the crab cakes was phenomenal. And then there was this delicious little salad of pickled vegetables.
I wonder if the pickled farmer salad is
That pickled vegetables
yeah.
that I wouldn't be surprised. But it was so delicious, and we have like work it girl pictures of these crab cakes.
Oh yes, we do.
Oh, I did get a picture of the fans, so we can share those as well.
Yay, the fans.
All right. The pot stickers that we got were the pork pot stickers. Do you remember the sauce that it was? Because I remember this sauce being, I remember we were expecting it to be better, and it wasn't. No, it was the soy vinaigrette. No, pot stickers are the same. Okay, here we go. So,
We lied. Pot stickers are the same.
pot stickers are the same. So, pot stickers with soy vinaigrette. Soy vinaigrette. We were expecting to be more of a gyoza sauce drizzled over them, and it was more of a thick, not really flavorful sauce that was on them. Pot stickers, delicious. Sauce, super disappointing. Presentation, beautiful. Sauce, lacking. Oh, also appetizer, when they come out, they give you the Hawaiian sweetbread
Yes.
with butter. Unlike at Ohana, where they give you the delicious pineapple bread, this is just Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Butter, I think, is a macadamia nut butter.
Yes.
They do have gluten-free options available. It is not the same bread, but the people next to us had some gluten allergies, so some of them got gluten-free bread.
And our other appetizer, now I think Amy and I ordered this one expecting to see tentacles.
Yeah, I think we had seen an image on the internet of it, an earlier version of it, but I was very happy with it.
It was super delicious. So we got the octopus appetizer, and I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it had some sort of vinaigrette with scallions and tomatoes and edamame. And it was delicious, and it's not on the menu anymore.
Which is sad because it was really good.
It was really good.
So the first time I had octopus was similar idea. It came as part of like a sampler, and I tried it, and I did not like it. I did not like it at all. But I also said to myself, well, there's just something about this piece of octopus that I'm trying to eat that's not raw, it was cooked, but it's a piece of octopus I'm trying to chew that just doesn't seem right. I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to say I don't like octopus. I'm going to give it another try the next time,
If octopus is
it's convenient.
overcooked,
It's
it's
so tough.
very rubbery and really hard to eat. And it doesn't look overcooked, but when you put it in your mouth, it's almost like you get the like.
It's like you can't
Yeah.
chew through it, and that's what I was experiencing. So I said to myself, I was like, well, someday I will come across some octopus that looks
Like a Tiffin's.
yes, that is perfectly prepared, or it seems to be prepared better, and I'll try
Practically
it.
perfect in every way.
And this was that first octopus since then that I found that seemed worth trying, and it was amazing. But yes, octopus, there are two ways to cook octopus. Well, there are many ways to cook octopus, but two basic methods. Really fast, or really low and slow.
And wasn't our octopus from Tiffin's sous vide and then grilled?
I think so.
I think that's what it was.
Which is a combination of the two.
Yes. Basically cooked slow and magically and then charred at the very end.
The same goes for squid for the most part. It's not quite
It's a similar...
It's not quite as touchy. It has a little bit longer of the short cook point, but or should I say, it's a little
disagree.
Well, I'm saying it's a little easier to do the short point because it's usually thinner. Is what I mean. It's like it's easier to do a quick cook on it.
Yes.
But yeah, if you cook it too much, you have to just cook it forever then.
So, crispy cheddar burger is under burgers and sandwiches. This is smothered in crispy cheddar, maple black pepper bacon, roasted tomato, and braised onion served with french fries. What is crispy cheddar?
I don't know.
Cool. So,
I'm hoping it's like a cheddar crisp, like a cheese crisp, like a tuile, but made of cheese.
next we have the big kahuna burger, which is sauteed pastrami, corned beef, pepper jack, mustard aioli, and tangy cucumber with french fries. All of these sound so delicious. Like, can we go back and just eat, like, burgers or sandwiches?
If I can have the turkey banh mi.
Big Kahuna sounds amazing. Hawaiian-style Reuben, which is Kahlua pork, corned beef, kimchi, Havarti, root vegetables, and mustard tomato aioli served with french fries. And the turkey banh mi is slow-roasted turkey breast, black pepper bacon, pork pate, cilantro, jalapeno, onion, and grilled poblano mayonnaise served with french fries. The chef's recommendations are poached chicken noodle salad. It's Asian noodles, peanut sauce, carrot, peppers, and pumpkin. Interesting chef's recommendation. Polynesian tuna niswa is tuna tataki, green beans, heirloom baby potatoes, toy box tomatoes, soy teriyaki vinaigrette, and hard-boiled egg. I assume that's a salad. Generally, a niswa is a salad, but
yes.
it doesn't specify.
Sounds tasty, but it's just not what I would be getting at
A Polynesian
a
restaurant.
Polynesian restaurant. Entrees. Now, this is actually what my mother got based on the recommendation of the waitress. Mahi, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Pan-fried mahi, butter croutons, new potato, oven-fried tomato, arugula, soy velouté, and wasabi caviar. She did not care for it.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you try it?
I did, and honestly, it is...
It looks beautiful.
It does not live up to how good it looks. It does not live up to how it sounds.
Is it the sauce? Is it
It's everything is lacking.
fish?
Everything is lacking. The fish wasn't bad, but it was just sort of like, think about, okay, so it's bacon, lettuce, tomato, BLT. Obviously, it's not a sandwich. The whole point was like an open face sort of thing. She understood that. But
Like the soy velouté sounds delicious. Okay, so was the soy velouté kind of like how the soy vinaigrette was lacking on the pot stickers?
it was just sort of like everything was lacking. And so an amazing BLT is amazing. We all agree. I feel like a dish that's
I feel like a salmon BLT would be delicious too.
Yes. I feel like a dish that's supposed to be like a semi-deconstructed BLT has to be as amazing as a BLT. And this was nowhere near that.
Yeah. It looks really beautiful though. They also have duck fried rice with leg confit,
Which I almost got.
which is crispy duck spring roll, shiitake mushrooms, togarashi, and grilled bok choy.
And I regret not getting it because it sounds amazing.
What'd you end up getting?
I ended up getting one of the dashi bowls, which is the char siu duck ramen, which was duck broth, Japanese eggplant, and duck egg.
Was it good?
It was good, but it wasn't amazing.
Like, you probably should get the duck ramen at Morimoto Asia to make up for it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it could have been so much more than it was. I feel like my mother and I both had that feeling about our trip in January with the new menu is it could have been so much more.
They also have the pork belly noodle bowl, which is bone broth, rice noodles, soy egg, mushrooms, bok choy, and hot sesame oil. That one sounds a little bit
that
more
one sounds a
promising.
little better with the hot sesame oil
And the soy egg.
and mushrooms.
And then they had kanpachi dashi, which is katsubushi broth and enoki mushrooms. And then they had a vegetable bowl, which was jasmine broth, glass noodles, pineapple tofu, and umami tomato. It seems like they expanded this menu.
I feel like it's a little bigger than it was, but not by too much.
The perfect porterhouse steak is 8 ounces of tenderloin and 14 ounces of New York steak, roasted bone marrow, sourdough croutons, loaded bakers, and wedge salad. All right, Kona, take a step back here. There's no reason for you to have a $95 plate on your menu.
Usually when it's something that expensive, it's like steak for $2, and there are
I mean, it is an 8-ounce tenderloin and a 14-ounce New York steak, so potentially
so it might be for $2, and they just poorly put it on there because I feel like on the actual physical menu it does say for $2. I can't confirm this,
and I'm
I don't have
okay
one in front of
with
me.
roasted bone marrow.
Yeah, roasted bone marrow is amazing. Just make that an appetizer.
It does say loaded bakers, which might mean like
baked potatoes.
2 loaded baked potatoes, so it could be for 2. They have a 10-ounce bone-in black eye ribeye. They have a 10-ounce bone-in black Angus ribeye, which has arugula, #arugula, and braised cipollini. The 14-ounce prime New York strip has arugula and braised cipollini. And the 8-ounce black Angus beef tenderloin has arugula and braised cipollini. Shocker. And the 10-ounce Verlasso salmon steak is served with wakame and grilled lemon.
On your steaks, and presumably everything else, you can get an addition of a 4-ounce lump crab cake or jumbo shrimp. I wonder if it is one jumbo shrimp or multiple jumbo shrimps. I hope it's multiple jumbo shrimps for $15.
Next is the sauces. So you can add fancy sauces to all of your steaks. You can add a green peppercorn sauce, a polychurri sauce, Polynesian chimichurri, I assume, a togarashi hollandaise, and a horseradish cream sauce. Yum.
I love horseradish.
I hope it's like pungent horseradish though, because if that's a horseradish cream sauce where you can't taste the horseradish, that's sad. Next is the sides. You can get creamy mashed potatoes, oven roasted heirloom carrots, lobster and crab macaroni and cheese, grilled asparagus, or grilled broccolini. These are the desserts that come in the cute little shot glasses now. The mango cheesecake is the mango cheesecake one of the cups, or is that still the mango cheesecake?
I don't know. It doesn't actually say anything about cups, so it's entirely possible they just went back. Because it does say with coconut mousse dome and volcano and all that. So my guess is they went back to the original desserts after complaints. Which is a good thing. Though these were quite delicious, regular desserts are better.
Alright, so the dessert is Tafiti's Island Mousse is a passion fruit and coconut mousse dome with pineapple and seasonal sorbet.
Clearly, if that was available, I would have gotten that one.
A coconut pearl tapioca with fresh tropical fruit and passion fruit boba.
Also would have gotten that one.
Kona Kone.
We know nothing about that.
Kona cone. Maybe just ice cream in a cone.
It could be. I'm just being silly.
Kilauea Torte is an explosion of warm liquid chocolate inside chocolate volcano. I think that was their signature dessert, so for shame that they took that away. But now it's back, apparently. The chocolate fondue with tropical fruits and house-made cookies. The mango cheesecake, which is what Amy and I got, so we have pictures. It was beautiful, and we added one of our flowers to make it even more beautiful, and it was delicious to boot.
Yes,
I would say more mango cream, but other than that, it was delicious.
Yes, if you don't garnish our desserts properly, we'll do it for you.
Yep. And the Kona Mocha Cremo, which is Kona coffee cremo with crispy chocolate pearls and roasted white chocolate ganache. All right, the chocolate ganache, the white chocolate ganache is roasted. Interesting. Then for kids' appetizers, they have garden salad, chicken noodle soup, and fruit salad. The kids' Disney check meals are grilled chicken tacos, which are grilled chicken breasts served with whole wheat tortillas and toppings. The pasta with turkey marinara, and the dashi noodle bowl, which is Asian noodles in a mushroom dashi broth with seasonal fish, seasonal vegetables. They are all served with a fruit salad and drink choice. And then the other kids' meals are a cheeseburger, macaroni and cheese, hot dog, and kids' sushi. I'm surprised that the kids' sushi is considered a regular meal and not a check meal, but hey. And then the kids' desserts are fruit salad, yogurt parfait, and ice cream sundae. And then there are some kids' beverages. They have the specialty character beverage with a souvenir.
They brought my mom out a Tinkerbell.
Oh, it's awesome. They have some non-alcoholic drinks, a mega berry smoothie with raspberry puree, non-fat yogurt, and berry go mega. Specialty cocktails, they have a Magic Star cocktail, which is X-Fusion Organic Mango and Passion Fruit Liqueur, Parrot Bay Coconut Rum, Pineapple Juice, and a Glow Cube. Kona Cool Sundown is vodka, Chambord, and cranberry juice. The Island Sunset is Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum, Parrot Bay Coconut Rum, Midori, and peach combined with orange and guava passion fruit juices, which is the Pog juice. And Tropical Macau is Parrot Bay, Coconut Rum, Midori, and Pineapple and Cranberry Juice. And then the ultimate specialty cocktail, the Lapu Lapu. Now,
Best ever.
So let's talk about this. So it's dark rum and tropical fruit juices. And it is served in a fresh pineapple, topped with Gosling's 151 rum. So I'm going to say this again. It's served in a pineapple. So when you're done drinking this, you can eat the pineapple.
Not everyone does that, but we
did.
And you should.
And I gotta say, this drink seems like it's not going to be that much of a drink.
It's a drink.
Because it's served inside a pineapple. But they hollow out this pineapple real good, and it is a lot of drink.
Yeah, you can also get a lapu lapu not in a pineapple. It's
but
a
why?
Little, yeah, exactly.
But why?
It's a little less expensive and it's a little smaller.
But why?
But why? And it is very strong. It is a lapu lapu is a strong.
It's basically
drink.
like a Mai Tai.
Like
but
strength level.
Yeah, it's not
So,
like
I was like
it's-
flavor wise, not even.
No. It does not taste like a Mai Tai at all. But when you go to an Asian restaurant, you're like, I want the most alcoholic drink. Give me a Mai Tai. It's like that, but more delicious. So they have some Kona beers that are all from Kona, Hawaii. That's pretty awesome. And a couple from Japan. And they have a beer flight of the Kona coffees, of the Kona beers, which is pretty sweet. And then they have some sake and plum wine. And that's it. And this was awesome. And it was amazing. And it was super delicious and super wonderful. And it appears that the desserts have gone back to their original state. Just bring back our sticky wings.
Yes, so maybe if you go and complain that the sticky wings were not there, that they will come back.
Do it, people.
Do it. I've already done it.
But yes, Kona is amazing. The atmosphere is really cool. You don't feel like it's that wide open when you're actually in it, like I mentioned earlier, because it is pretty visible to all of the Polynesian resort. It's amazing. The food is delicious. There's a lot of different options to choose from. Go there, try it out, get a lapu lapu. So that is all that we have to say about Kona Cafe. We do not have a fan favorite food story for this week, so please send them to us so that we have one to share for next week. You can share your favorite Disney food memory with us at onelittlespice@gmail.com. You can also share it with us on Instagram or Twitter. On Instagram, we are at @1_little_spice. Please follow us there. You'll see all the pictures of everything we've talked about. We're also on Twitter. You can follow us there at One Little Spice. And on Facebook, we are One Little Spice. Search that, like our page, and make sure to join the One Little Spice group for even more food conversations after the podcast is over. And make sure you send us your favorite Disney food memory, again, to the email or direct message on any of our social media. We are on Patreon. Patreon is a great way to for us to share some extra exclusives with our listeners. So head over there to check out what else you can get. We have Magical Snack Corner, which is our extra episode. We have a button pack and a spice blend and some really awesome stuff for you there. So head over to www.patreon.com/onelittlespice and become a patron. By supporting us on Patreon, you are helping us to get our webpage started and to help us bring you even more Disney food content even more often. We are at our first goal, so we are starting our website, so we'll hopefully have that up for you soon. We are so excited to be able to bring that to you as well, and we really appreciate your support there, so definitely become a patron. We are also on TeePublic. On TeePublic is where you can find all of our merchandise. We have t-shirts and sweatshirts and baby onesies and notebooks and mugs and all sorts of really great merchandise there. You can go to TeePublic and search One Little Spice, or you can click the link in our description. That way you can get some really awesome One Little Spice swag. And then last but not least, we have a YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is The Taste Lab. And on The Taste Lab, we are able to bring you Disney food right into your kitchen. So we create Disney dishes with either a recipe that we've gotten from one of the chefs at Disney, or we come up with our own concoction that tastes just like one of the dishes from Disney so that we can help bring you your favorite dishes. And we have the cheddar cheese soup from Le Cellier that we make into a delicious poutine as well. And we have the 7-vegetable terrine from Akershus. Coming soon, we will have the chopped cob salad from Hollywood Brown Derby, as well as the Tonga toast from Kona Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the new releases. Thank you so much for listening, and just remember, every recipe starts with one little spice. Gratini.
Which indicates crawfish and
crawfish, gratini,
Like a gratin.
gratine. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay.